Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the usual disclaimer starting with fuck it's hot. It's actually not as bad outside as it usually is, but fuck me, the humidity is killing me. Gonna die. Sorry. Now for your usual disclaimers. First off, folks, in the description box, you're going to find a link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by Autistics for Autistics, wherein they surveyed and interviewed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the quote-unquote behavioral treatment program at the JRC. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you reading this article so damn much, they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they do not remove it from the site. NeuroClastic has refused. So folks, you know the drill. Read it again, read it 10 times, and then share it on all your social media. You're also going to find NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat. I can't think, folks. Brain is melted. Probably somewhere on the sidewalk. And we also have a link to their GoFundMe, folks. We are crowdfunding in case the JRC has the balls to see through with their threat. We also have the links in regards to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed school based on a ranch out in Stockton, Missouri. These folks have, and counting, 19 lawsuits against them, alleging sexual abuse and, abuse, torture, starvation, and labor exploitation of minors, just to name a few. I have the articles we have gone through so far on this channel, as well as the change.org self-explanatory Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. Please read these articles and share on all your social media. Also, if you come across anything at all where Agape has anything to say for themselves, please send it to me into the comments, alright? Now, we also have the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. When we discuss the JRC, folks, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. Also, at 3:18, obviously my brain's melted somewhere out there on the sidewalk. Probably it's like somewhere between here and the laundry room. So if I stumble over my words, apologies in advance, and trigger warning. I use profanity a lot on this channel. If that is not your thing, please feel free to hit pause right now, but please don't ignore the links in the description box, okay? Alright, so let's go to where we left off last evening. And add word salad to the fucking God. Humidity, I'm freaking dying here. Freaking God. Blah, why do I do this to myself? Okay. We're going down to 115. We're probably going to split this in a few videos because they decided to get wordy. You challenging Elaine again, JRC? Because I think you won. Most students in other classrooms at JRC receive instruction in the form of a computer-based curriculum that provides learning through repetition. While JRC staff report that the curriculum is aligned with NYS standards, this was not verified. Didn't let them verify it, did ya? Oh, but it complies. Just trust me, bruh. Just trust me. The just trust me, bruh defense. Mother of God. Whatever happened in this world to trust but verify? Where has that been? That was a huge thing in the 90s. Trust but verify. It's very simple. Very simple. Not just trust and believe, but trust but verify. Logical, right? This is what I grew up with. Now I'm told I'm a horrible person for being that way. Whatever. Like I give a shit. Moving on. The NSED team did nothing to try and verify that JRC's curriculum is aligned with the NYS standard. No effort was made by NSED team to ask any of the JRC's administrators about JRC's curriculum. Oh, we're going to put the blame on New York again. Can we say it again? Liars. You see, when you have official groups like mine come in and do non-announced visits, it's beholden upon you. We shouldn't be coming to you with all this shit. Okay? Why did you not include materials in regards to your computer curriculum already to NSED? Like, this shit should have already fucking happened. This is these kids' education. Are you kidding me? Much of JRC's instruction is based on behavioral principles of programmed instruction and precision teaching. It is inaccurate to characterize this as merely learned by repetition. Actually, it very much is JRC. The fact that you drill behavioral bullshit in your curriculum already tells me it's garbage. I don't go to school to learn behavior, JRC. I go to learn how to read, how to write, how to use critical thought. Are you fucking kidding me? Education should be education. They don't use this bullshit in most of the special education programs I have ever dealt with. There might be behavioral parts of their program, yes. But the whole concept is to get these kids up to speed with their peers. Not behaviorally, but education-wise. They're not the same thing. And by the by, their peers? Are you all willfully forgetting high school? Because fucking seriously. But they're not acting like their peers. Really? They're cursing, shock. Like normal teenagers don't fucking curse. Are you goddamn kidding me? Have you ever been outside a high school parking lot for 5 minutes? You drill behavioral bullshit into every single fucking thing that you do, and you never give these kids a break. They don't even get a goddamn weekend. Ugh. As far as learn by repetition, it's true to an extent. To an extent. Memorizing flashcards was a strong point for me. I can admit that. I'm very good at memorization. Like, scary good. But that wasn't the only part of my learning. It was a lot more well-rounded than that. There was the hands-on part of it. There was the written and reading part of it. There was the regular testing like all the other students. It wasn't just simply memorizing shit. Because simply memorizing shit is not going to get you anywhere in the real world. Because believe me, if it was, I'd probably be a multi-fucking millionaire by now. Because I can memorize just about goddamn anything. It doesn't take me long. There's a reason I'm a glutton of useless facts. Just saying. The standards that have been developed by the Massachusetts Curriculum Frameworks and New York Core Curriculum with the resources, guides, and curriculum frameworks are used to develop the goals and objectives in the student's IEP, which you all never fucking follow. You can't use the defense of the IEP when you change it at will to whatever the hell you want. Especially when you don't include the fucking child or their parents when you make those changes. All student work is based on their IEP objectives, which are based on the JRC curricular guide, which is approved by NSED. Yeah, I'm betting it no longer is. I'm betting money. Lesson plans are checked by the education department to ensure they are based on the student's IEPs and that no busy work or random assignments are given. What do you call constantly putting popsicle sticks together? You think that is meaningful work? Because it isn't. And when you expect them to do it for fucking hours on end, my God, it'd provoke my ass to violence. Just saying. And by the way, does anybody else think it's fucking amazing that they're telling the department who are doing this review what they've approved? As though they don't fucking know? They are NSED, you dumbass. Wow. Seriously? You're gonna tell them what they have and have not approved? If they are coming there to you and saying, you are not meeting our standards, and then you tell them, but, yes we are, you approved it. They're telling you they didn't. Fuck me. JRC is also updating the curriculum guide to ensure that everything is up to date with all NYS standards. Oh, so first you're going to tell them that you are meeting them, and then you're going to tell them, but we're updating them so that we'll meet them. Which means they are not meeting the standards, folks. Who's surprised? This was something that was discussed with the NSED visitors by the director of the curriculum department. They were also told that she was working on this so that the computer curriculum, the transitional curriculum, and the lower functioning curriculum will all be included. Here the fuck we go again. Functional levels do not work, JRC. First of all, the so-called low functioning, the nonverbals that you all treat like fucking toddlers, understand a hell of a lot more than you think they do. They know what you're saying. They know how to read. They understand the concepts and different things throughout the educational process that is being taught to them. They, however, have extreme difficulty in being able to communicate that fact to others. The medical model, see, this is one of the problems with the medical model, is the presumption of incompetence. It's something everybody with a neurodevelopmental disability has to fucking deal with at some point in their lives in the educational system. Medical model always assumes incompetence. It's probably one of the best flukes of my entire life that I was diagnosed as late as I was. Because I didn't have to deal with that presumption of incompetence that so many of my peers have. That assumption of incompetence has messed up the education of more autistics and other disabled people than I care to count. It's garbage. What's wrong with these educational ideas that they come up with is this whole assumption that we will never understand. It's garbage. You're dumbing down things and then you wonder why we act out. Because we're bored. Because you're educating us like we're a 5-year-old when we're 21 years old. I've seen it. And you can tell by the look in their eyes. They know what's going on. You don't have to spell it out for them like they're a child of 5, for God's sake. They also told that the curriculum department was working to ensure the textbooks are standardized for all levels. Here we go, the levels. No, Karen, stop with your levels bullshit. Stop it. Stop. At the time, NSED visitors expressed they were pleased to hear that. If they had a problem or questions about this, they should have asked at the time. For fuck's sake. JRC, considering you think your people there are happy and free from abusive behaviors, you have to forgive me if I don't trust your grasp on the situation. Or your grasp on education, period. You throw behavioral bullshit in there on top of your curriculum. Curriculum should be curriculum. That's it. If you have to deal with a behavior, if you're in a program, at least out here, the behavior gets dealt with, but it does not change nor influence the curriculum of the classroom. Period. Period. You're forcing things down our throats that you do not force upon our peers. Period. But don't you want to know how to behave and be normal? Fuck your normal. I've seen your normal. It's not normal. Y'all train wrecks and you don't even realize it. You are so relishing in the fact of your perfect normalness that you can't comprehend how messed up some of you actually are. I've said it before. I've said it many times. The medical model and some special education models have this overwhelming mistake that they make that we have to suffer for time and again. It's the assumption of incompetence because you deem us low functioning. You are robbing kids of a proper education because you assume we can't understand. I want you to swallow that and think about it. And make appropriate changes. Get assistive devices so that they can communicate with you. We use them in special education programs all across the world. Ways to communicate so we can show you academically at what level we actually are. Quit assuming incompetence. Quit throwing every bit of fucking penny at the sports teams. Put a little towards special education and assistive devices. You'll be amazed about all the quote-unquote so-called low functioning actually know and understand. Now on that note, I'm going to close out. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I appreciate your time this evening, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.